Whether you're a student or a teacher, a lack of information is just as bad as too much information. So when you bump into a website that just helps you all around, it's inevitable to share. So here I am, giving you a quick look at Randall's ESL Listening Lab. The objectives of this presentation are to navigate through the website, to discuss purpose and use of site, to provide a guided demonstration, explain its usefulness, and share a general evaluation. ESL Lab is a website that is focused on listening activities for ESL students. Once you get into the website, on the top right-hand side, you will see a list of links that you can access for different types of information. We will see those links. If you're visiting ESLLab.com for the first time, you must go into the link that says First-Time Users. The creator of the website, Randall, has made sure that every visitor understands how to make the most of the website that he has created for ESL students and teachers. Once you're on the website, you will scroll down and see that there is a list of general listening quizzes. They're divided in different categories: easy, medium, and difficult. There's a list of different topics that they encounter, maybe daily or in their daily lives. A day at school, acting school, bookstore, dating game, good old blues, happy birthday. Let's say we go into DVD movie rentals. This is the basic format of each of the listening activities that you can go into. They'll say the title, the 5 parts. This is red because I had already clicked on it. The level, which is easy in this case, the topic, movies, the type of listening activities, a conversation. The speakers are a man and a woman, and the length is 32 seconds. This I'm not going to focus on right now because I don't want to go directly to any of them. If I wanted to go directly to the post-listening exercises, then I would click there. We're not going to do that. We're going to go by one by one. Pre-listening exercise is basically to give the student, expose them to the content before going into the exercise itself. So it's just like a discussion, or maybe to stimulate thinking about the topic. Once you go into the listening exercise, this is the fun part. You click it.
Hey Kathy, I'm thinking about renting a movie for tonight's party, and I want to know what kind of movies you like.
Okay, what kind of movies do you have in mind?
Well, what about action movies?
I don't really like action movies. Too much violence.
Okay, do you like comedies?
Now, I do enjoy comedies.
Fine. Well, what do you think of horror movies or love stories?
I'm not really crazy about horror movies, but love stories are often fun to watch. Oh, and I really like foreign films too.
Okay, I'll go to the video store and see what I can find. Thanks.
The student can choose to listen to it first and then listen to it again while they answer the questions, but that's really up to them and depends on their level as well. I know the answers to these. She dislikes these, likes comedies, dislikes horror, likes love stories, and likes foreign. Then I click on final score and I see my score. It's 100%, and whether they're right or wrong, it'll tell me all the correct answers right here. There's an option that the student can choose as well. If you click on quiz script, you will notice, let me move my screen, that it has a transcript of the conversation. So they can click on play again and listen to the conversation while they read it. These parts that are purple, when you click or you put your cursor over it, it tells you what it means. Have in mind, it means think about, crazy about, to like something very much. So they're either idioms or collocations or vocabulary words. And here you have them as well. And different vocabulary activities that we'll see again on the screen we were before. We're going to go back here.
Then we're going to go to vocabulary activities, and let's click mixed up sentence. It says put the parts in order to form a sentence. When you think your answer is correct, click on check to check your answer. If you need help, click on hint. So we just she movies, crazy, action, about, is. We click check. Sorry, try again. This is not the correct answer. And then you restart. And it gives you the option to do it again. And you click hint. The next correct part is she. So that's one of the exercises, and that's basically what the vocabulary part is about. The post-listening exercises, they're similar to the pre-listening, but obviously now you have your schemata, you have more information about the topic. So how do your own movie preferences compare with the women's likes and dislikes in the conversation? Well, that's something that you should be able to answer now if you learn some vocabulary. And online investigations, it's actually a pretty cool part, but I think it's not appropriate for beginning levels. It would have to be more intermediate towards more developed language. Online investigations require for you to use the vocabulary that you learned. Like here it says research 2 online movie rentals, rental services, and compare them in terms of price, service, movie selection, and delivery. Discuss your findings. So you would have to use those words, the vocabulary learned, and this search bar down here. You can type in it and start searching. This is pretty much it. You finished, and you would go back and choose another listening activity. These are quizzes. These are listening quizzes for academic purposes. 20-minute ESL vocabulary lessons, language learning and life tips, long conversations with real video. And this is the first page, or the main page of the website.
On the link that says favorite resources, Randall shares recommendations on audio equipment, visual equipment, classroom materials, textbooks, and other type of information that can be helpful for choosing the materials that you're going to have in your classroom. When you click on Grammar Project, you will see a few videos that Randall has created on ESL grammar lessons. Most of the lessons that he has available are focused on verb tenses, so that part is not exactly the most interesting or useful part of the website.
If it's not your preference to choose your listening activities by the level of difficulty like they are on the main page, you also have the alternative to go into the self-study guide. On this part, Randall changes the order and divides the listening activities in units, each of which would have a particular topic and certain listening activities that go with that topic. So you have 15 units. Unit 1 is introductions, Unit 2 education, work, living arrangements, shopping, money and the community, family life and relationships, on the phone, travel, food and dining out, people, sports and recreation, entertainment, health, culture and society, and science and the environment. I think that if we're working on particular units, it's probably the best way to go. But if the student, you want them to do it independently, then maybe them choosing their own level of difficulty and choosing their topics, their preference of topics would be maybe a way to motivate them. You also have here a list of websites that are created by Randall also, and they can help you with the different topics that you're going to be working on.
Clicking on Randall's list will take you to yet another category-based list of listening activities. This time they're all divided by the type of conversation. So you have conversations with children and teenagers, conversations that make me laugh, conversations that make me think of a serious nature, conversations that are just silly, and conversations that are early on, conversations that were on his website. So they're 15 or more years.
Another part that I really like as a teacher on this website is the part that says study handouts. So Randall divides it as classroom handouts and presentation handouts. The first part is for classroom use. He gives out some informational worksheet, quick reference guide, so the students can know how to get around the website. He has self-grading quizzes. He even has like a homework sheet. It's like a log for vocabulary in PDF or Word format. The presentation handouts are the part that I really like. He has really interesting topics here. Whether in PowerPoint, he has them in like a handout as well, PDF. So if you look at the topics that he has, video recipes to spice up grammar learning, is technology a modern blessing or a 21st century curse? What's all the hype about MP3 players? Creating digital voice journals for self-assessment, searching the internet with a backhoe, not a toothpick. The ABCs of authoring online listening activities. You know, these are topics that are very relevant to what we teach, and they seem interesting just by the title. They're not likely to be boring, repetitive topics.
If you decide to navigate through the link that says teacher features, ooh, that rhymes. Teacher features focuses on teachers that have used this website and their experience. They also give teaching lesson ideas and show videos. So this part, not only can you post it, your what you did with your students, but you can also learn from teachers around the world. In general, I think that the goodies that ESLlab.com has to offer teachers are pretty much the handouts, that they're for the teachers and for the students, obviously with different purposes. They also have handouts for assessment. They have tips for teachers, that's teacher to teacher or Randall to teacher, just so you can improve your ESL lessons. You also have vocabulary quizzes that although there's no way to report the results, if you did some sort of screenshot or something like that you can later print out, that can be an evidence of a student's work. I want to share with you my overall impression and honest opinion about ESLlab.com. The good features is that it has useful content. It's easy to understand. There's various levels, a wide collection of audio. It's teacher and student centered, and it's well organized. There are few points that I thought were kind of negative. It's the fact that it requires specific equipment to be able to use it. It also requires internet, so there's no downloading a program. And it's visually unappealing because it has certain ads, and the way it's visually organized is not exactly the best alternative, I believe. I can't teach if you're not willing to learn, so thanks for watching.